Top morning, ladies. My name is Hans, and welcome to the What If Zuko Was Instructible or Destructible Man. Basically, the kind of like how Luke Cage from Marvels, or not Marvels, Marvels almost was like his skin was like, or that character from One Punch Man where his skin is so hard. Well, but Zuko's skin, he could have just be smacked around and there, or his entire body, is stronger than a normal human, or way, way stronger than Luke Cage or anyone. So, when he has a lot of trauma, and when he does, when he focuses his power on something, I forgot to mention, he has also have the two abilities with it. So, the first one is infinity, 0, and so he could not take any forms of damage. If he does, like say if he was in a battle between like anyone, he would instantly regenerate and goes really fast. But he's quirkless, so that's makes it up for it. So that they thought was quirkless, but he actually does have a quirk. There was this one power that no one really likes. It's actually like his weakness to his own body. It's called self-explosion. Like, he could explode his own body. Then that causes, like, so much damage to his organs, everything. But he can transfer that power to someone else. Make them explode. So, that's only his weakness, is his quirk. Some quirks have weaknesses to, like, example would be Dark Shadow. If I could find this stupid thing, okay. So, like, say his weakness was Dark Shadow, or to the sunlight, or anything that's bright. And what else? Some of them might, So, and I'm also throwing in Zumi so that to keep things interesting. So In- Inko was working on a project by herself, and it was called Destructible Man Project. She failed more times than anything, but her design for it was actually they're trying to make clones. Like they try to use like Fire Fist 8 or like clones. Yeah. But all of them do die. So yeah. And then she meets Sashi. They got married, had a child, and or two kids. One of them um or guess which one? Zuko was the one on yeah. Zuko had the destructible power. Includes infinity and zero. And only weakness is his quirk, so yeah. So then yeah. So then they went to a quirk doctor. The quirk doctor you're probably sick and tired of me scrolling back and forth. Looked at Zumi and he tells her that she has fire manipulation. And yeah. But when he goes over to Zuko, tells him that he doesn't have a quirk and he couldn't become a hero and all that stuff. As what do? They left the quirk doctors and they spend more time with Zumi than with Zuko. Zuko was sad. And about not being with his friends or be with as yeah. So he doesn't go to UA in this alternate timeline. Not yet though. So his sister goes and of course she gets one for all before I forget. As Zuko really doesn't age at all. Basically, he is the equivalent to yeah. So he doesn't like become a hero. He doesn't want to use his quirk. But then during the sports festival, Zuko was walking around, and he sees Hero Killer Stain. Before Tenya's brother, I said before Tenya's brother, as he comes in, as he says, you must be Hero Killer Stain. Yeah, you must be one of those fake heroes. Oh, I'm not a hero. I'm a citizen. And no matter, as he goes after him jabs Zuko, but the blade broke after it made contact with his skin. As he tries everything, or yeah, Hero Killer Stain tried everything, like throw shurikens at him, tried to throw blades at him, even explosive blades. As he says, you're pretty tough. I think you're not hitting me. So that's... Then when the pro hero came, Zuko steps in and grabs Hero Killer Stain and knocks his butt out. As he says, I did... Hey? As he gives Hero Killer Stain to Tenya's brother. As Tenya, his brother, was like thanking him. As he moves fast. And so they're like, wow. So then I'm just going all the way to like the parts that where Zuko is. Because in this alternate timeline, Zumi got like basically the same thing as in canon, but with her instead of Zuko. Yeah. So, yeah. As Zuko was looking at the blade, or piece of a blade, as he was looked in awe. It was at the abandoned warehouse, so he and he says, why did the blade break on me? Or, As a bunch of villains, they weren't just low tier villains, they were high tier villains that tried to kill anyone. As they start using their quirks, and on him, as he turns around, he says, excuse me, may I help you? As everyone is terrified. Like all the villains or all those high-end villains that supposed to be at the underground was They were high-end villains that could end up killing everyone. But Zuko slaughtered them all. Because how annoying they are. As, yeah. As they had bullets go through. Or actually, not. Like, there was nothing. As he sees that he doesn't even feel the pain. He heard gun go off. He doesn't even hear it. As he turned around, As it's like a curse for him to not feel pain. And then it crosses his mind. I mean, like in the anime where or in the scenes where he blurts, or not blurts, loses his mind when he's talking really fast. Yeah. So he says this, and I'm doing it in my voice, so man, if I don't feel pain, that means that I can never die. And if I can never die, as he thinks that stuff. Like, he tried everything. He put the live grenade into his mouth. Oh, literally in his mouth. Swallowed it, or before he pulled the pin, and once he swallowed it, nothing happens. He tried everything to try to get some pain in him. As he's like tearing up, as it drives him batty, and yeah, as he's calms down, as he goes back into town. And about those villains that I said that were like had bodies on the floor, like, yeah. Well, they were all dead bodies. And he sat on one of the guys' corpses. As he's like, As, yeah. After he left, he basically, or he got cleaned up before. And, yeah, so he goes into town and meets nobody. He does his little thing as he feels, or he goes to the park to clear his mind. Like he breathes it in, breathes it out. Yeah. So basically, yeah. As he doesn't even understand his own power. And yeah. And for his like destructible ability, and he no other quirks except for his own could hurt him. Like basically, if Mina tries to if Mina tries to use her acid ability on him, like try to melt him into a puddle of like acid, it wouldn't work. Or not even physical punches, nothing like that. Zuko wasn't human anymore. As he looks at, nothing could even kill him. As he does his applied for a normal job. And yeah. As he gets paid the big bucks to destroy stuff. So, yeah. He gets his extra stuff. So he walks around, and funny enough, it was the middle of the night, and All Might versus All for One, and as he is trying to clear his head, he runs up, all the way to All Might Hands, and when All for One blasts, Zuko, who, as he was aimed right at the attack, as he says, if that was a joke, I don't even get it. As everyone is like, what? This guy, he survived that one shot KO'd. Huh? As he is like, as All for One asks, what's your name? Oh, me? My name is Zuko Midoriya, or Zuko for short. If you want. But I'm Deku. That you could also call me that. As he goes, but nothing matters. I'm gonna kick your butt all the way into the sun. As yeah, all my is like, man, this kid's lost his marbles. As when he went in, yeah, and he beat the snot out of All for One with such force that even, you know that phrase is from that song, kicking your can all over the place? Yeah. But then he as he trained his body, as his feet were so hot that was on fire, as he starts using his kicks on a whole nother level, killing all for one with such brutal force that even as they all were shaken in their little boots. Yeah, as everyone saw how brutal it was, as he punches or he throws all for one, or actually he flew all the way to the sun, because how fast he was, he put all for one into the sun. Basically, yeah. Basically, all for one dies. And Zuko, they thought was dead. As they put the funeral thing, and then as the Inko was at work, she was working on her little projects, but then when she saw Zuko didn't even get hurt, it reminded her of that stupid project that she worked on when she was like that age, or way younger, like a teenage age. And then when she realized the component was actually a real kid, not the clone. And yeah. And she runs, calls Asashi, and yeah, Asashi was like when Asashi was in the TV room, like after, of course, Inko tells him that our son Zuko, or Zuko was actually, I figured it out. Remember that project that I was working on? Yeah, the one that was Destructible Man. Yeah, that one. As he says, well, that project was shut down. Yeah, so I know that. But one of the key component was actually a human kid, not a clone or anyone else. Then when he realized that Zuko was the one that was the Destructible Man. So then he got called to assist them against Overhaul. As they start battling, and Overhaul went into his monster form and ends up killing, or trying to kill, Zumi. But then, out of nowhere, a meteor that's the size of a person came down from the sky, and he says this, "Meteor kick," as his clothes did like burn up in the sun. Yeah, but his body's okay. As when he did that, All for One got killed by the impact. Not by a bunch, but not, or actually he took damage. As he he stands like there. As he wore almost the same thing as Ace, but he keeps the shoes and the pants. And as he says, "Man, I really don't feel nothing at all." As when Asashi heard, or no, when he saw Zuko, he's back from the dead. Yeah. He ends up like toss Overhaul around like a little rag doll. Yeah. He was unharmed. And after he beats around Overhaul, and then Overhaul split it back into the four, turned around as he says, because you pro heroes aren't that tough. And Zuko when he turns around, of course, a news company saw it, and like every single girl, including like her, Chaco, every girl that you could think of got a nosebleed from it. Because his body was like you see before you. And yeah, he was on a whole nother level of power. As Sashi was like, "Man, that project really did work out at the end." As Sir Night or everyone looks at him and says, "What do you mean?" As Sir Night tells them that the project Destructible, man, is finally was 100% in. As he says, "Why is everyone staring at me?" as the, yeah, everyone is, yeah. So he was like, it was like her own power that turns people into, or makes everyone fall in love with him, or makes them fall in love with her. Yeah. So, yeah, but it was just weird. And yeah, the so yeah. All right, now results are in. Sorry it took so long. So yeah, and when he demonstrated his power thing, let's say Momo was there, as she stared right at him, not out of anger or hatred, but out of love. Basically, you know those anime characters where they have the eyes that are like love eyes? I think that's what they're called. So yeah. So this one that I'm saying. So that's what Momo has. And when she first saw him. Yeah. As Izumi thanks her little, or her brother, for the assistance. As he says, no problem. Under all, I can't take any damage, so. As Zumi tries to punch him, nothing. As, yeah, nothing worked with this kid. As Mr. Aizawa is grinning, like, happy that someone has the indestructible power. As Zuko doesn't even know what that means. As, yeah. So then, yeah, all of them do their thing. Of course, Mr. Aizawa explains, or no, Sir Dionysus explains to Zuko that that means you're immortal. Basically, you can never die. You don't age a lot, or you don't age at all. Well, and you don't get like So yeah, Zuko basically wins. Sorry. So Zuko wins basically, and he says, "Wait, so you're saying that I'm the immortal?" Oh, oh, Zuko, that's just as he starts laughing his head off. Oh, yeah. As he thought it was not funny, but he says, "Huh? All this time it was weird for me. Yeah. And someone says that I'm immortal. Oh, I actually never uh, actually heard anyone call me that. Hmm. So that's so priceless. Hmm. As redhead guy was like, huh, hey, Zuko, is that your name? Or, yeah, I should start calling you who Immortal Zuko. Huh. Yeah, Zuko was being very manipulated. I'm not really. So, yeah, as Inko uses the power hour, like when they got home, Inko saw and she almost had a flippin' heart attack. But she walked up to him and, yeah, she wanted to, or she says, I want to know, do the testing. Like, as he, so she tried to put a diamond needle in and it broke. That's how hard his skin is. As he was like, nothing. They tried platinum. They tried everything to get drawn some blood. But there's one thing. He doesn't even get hurt by his own mouth. As he sticks out his tongue, as, yeah. But there's one thing. As his stomach was about to ready to explode, but then it was one night when he was away from his sister. As when he stomach couldn't handle it. So when he exploded, this is what he turned into. But instead of having his arms crossed, it was like, or yeah, he was holding his stomach. As, yeah, Inko got out of bed and so did Shashi. They run to where Zuko was at and in the bathroom. And yeah, what, he didn't even make it to the toilet. And when, as Inko says, this is another failed experiment, as Zuko looks at her like, what do you mean? As he's still alive. As, yeah, when they drawn blood, and Inko did her little research thing. And what she saw, uh, she was surprised as he, or so she told Sashi that the only thing that hurts him was his own quirk. He has a quirk. As Sashi's like, what? Wait. Yeah. He was like, wait, so what do you mean he has a quirk? And it doesn't make any logical sense. The quirk, you and I, we've been to the quirk doctor to have his quirk checked. And you're telling me that the quirk doctor lied to us about him not having a quirk? Yes. As he is, first of all, before I get into rage mode, that's what he is saying. What is his quirk? As Inko tells him, it's explosion. Explosion quirk. Or self detonation quirk, should I say. As they. And when Zuko. Next day, when Zuko got up, Isashi and Inko asked him a bunch of questions. But then, when Zuko had the file from the quirk doctor, and it said you do have a quirk. It's I didn't want to tell you that, or that because if you used it, you would end your own life right then and there. You could use it, but unwillingly. As yeah, the as Inko had that same pain. Asashi had that when he yeah. So yeah. And even Inko was like, yeah. And her work thing. Of course, when Zuko went to her work when she wasn't working, he remembers the password. He remembers it as he sees the file of it. And when he pieced all of it together, then he could not believe that one thing that he will die from is his own quirk kills him. So he says, or actually, Inko was like, only the project that you have, Zuko, and you were born with. We tried everything. Cloning people so that the original still lives. We tried everything. But you're the first, actually a first person. Yeah. But I didn't even realize it. Because I don't remember my own, like, code to get into it. But then when Zuko says, I may fill in some blanks. And can I? As he says, is that? As Inho says, sure. As, yeah. As he says, well, there was one major flaw in the plans. If it's someone had a mutation quirk or anything that revolves around, like, gravity or anything, it will kill them. Instant death. But my quirk explosion or self-destruction is uh, is not one of those. It only bypasses the defense of anyone. And yeah. So every time I use it, it will shorten up my body. Like, basically, as he knew, as Inko was like, wait, so you're saying that the uh, as he's like, and there's one other thing, and I was born different, so from my sister and her. The I have two powers on top of it. I have the infinity and zero. As Zuko, or no, Inko and Sashi couldn't believe it. That Inko didn't have the gave birth to a normal child, the quirkless child. So yeah, Zuko ends up um or she gave birth to a super kid. Basically, that's what super destructive kid. And yeah, Nezu, who heard about it, and yeah, he got accepted to Class 1A, and he didn't need to go do all the extra stuff. And yeah, and he became a pro hero. And Momo, oh, went and asked him out on a date. Then she gets him married to him after. Yeah. As, yeah, the newer kids have their now they have destructive powers and quirks, everything. Yeah. Imagine every generation can never die. basically Zuko's or Midoriya's family is immortal now. And then, yeah. So, bye-bye. Peace out, y'all. And, yeah. This is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. Do all the fun things.